Topic for today: History of the United States. Who was the first President of the United States? George Washington. What year did the American Revolution end? (1783). Where was the Declaration of Independence signed? Philadelphia. What is the national bird of the United States? Bald eagle. Who wrote the national anthem of the United States? Francis Scott Key. Which state was the first to ratify the Constitution? Delaware. In which year was the Louisiana Purchase made? (1803). Who was the third President of the United States? Thomas Jefferson. What was the main reason for the Boston Tea Party? Protest against taxation. Which explorer is credited with discovering America in 1492? Christopher Columbus. Who was the only bachelor president? James Buchanan. What was the first capital of the U.S.? New York City. During which war was the Star-Spangled Banner written? War of 1812. Which president purchased Alaska from Russia? William H. Seward. What is the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States? Harvard. Which amendment abolished slavery? (13th). Who was the American general at the Battle of New Orleans? Andrew Jackson. Which state was originally known as the province of New Jersey? New Jersey. What famous event started on April 19, 1775? Lexington and Concord. First woman to fly solo across the Atlantic? Amelia Earhart. Who was the first Secretary of the Treasury? Alexander Hamilton. In what year was the Battle of Gettysburg? (1863). Who was the president during the era of good feelings? James Monroe. From which country did the U.S. purchase Florida? Spain. Who is credited with inventing the cotton gin? Eli Whitney. Who was the first vice president to become president? John Adams. Who was the main author of the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. In which decade did the Harlem Renaissance start? (1920s). Which president proposed the 14 points? Woodrow Wilson. When was the Transcontinental Railroad completed? (1869). Who led the expedition to map the Louisiana Purchase? Lewis and Clark. First woman in U.S. Congress? Jeannette Rankin. U.S.'s longest-serving president? Franklin D. Roosevelt. First U.S. national park? Yellowstone. Who coined Gilded Age? Mark Twain. First treaty signed by the U.S.? Alliance with France. What ended the War of 1812? Treaty of Ghent. Original name of New York City? New Amsterdam. Who designed the U.S. Capitol? William Thornton. First U.S. Secretary of War? Henry Knox. What was the name of the first U.S. steam locomotive race in 1830? Tom Thumb versus Horse. Who founded Rhode Island advocating for religious freedom? Roger Williams. What is the earliest known European settlement in the United States? St. Augustine. Who was the first African American to serve as a U.S. Senator? Hiram Revels. Which U.S. president was in office when the Panama Canal was completed? Theodore Roosevelt. Which event marked the end of the American frontier? Census of 1890. What was the original purpose of the Constitutional Convention? Amend articles. Who was the first to patent the telephone in the U.S.? Alexander Graham Bell. Which was the first U.S. city to host the Olympics? St. Louis. What primarily sparked the Salem witch trials? Ergot poisoning. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.